All right, so director Philip here has got this ingenious idea, which maybe someday you'll see the final product. But this whole thing has been sitting around his door, and you see he's got his camera, you got my camera. He had to do this wonky effect of putting a portal in this doorway. So I'm not even going to ask Philip to explain how he's going to do this. You're just going to see the effect. Okay, so it is New Year's Eve, and I've never been one to have a New Year's resolution or some big major goal that, okay, it's a new year, I plan to do this. I've just never went into that. For me, I'm constantly setting goals and trying to do things and stuff. So what I tend to think more of when it comes to New Year's is just, okay, hey, this is a new year. What's it got in store for me? What's it holding for me to do this year? And even more so than in years past, I'm looking at this coming year, as kind of seeing what God has in store for me, because we're reaching the tail end of a 5-year transition plan at our church. So our senior pastor, he's not retiring, he's just wanting to kind of slide over and kind of assume a different type of role. And I don't want to go into all those great details right now, but our associate pastor has been voted on to kind of take his place as senior pastor. So I am wanting to make that transition as well. I'm the only other full-time pastor, being the student pastor at my church, so I just feel God finally leading me to, it's hard, it's a tough decision, but I feel God leading me to step into a new role. And so I'm looking forward to, as we go into this year, things are happening to where the senior pastor is giving up things more to the associates, that he's stepping up. He's letting go of some things that I'm going to be taking over. And then there's, because we're not trying to get it stuck to where I have to fit the job description that he has, because I have different spiritual gifts, different talents, different abilities. And so it's kind of going to be morphing and what that kind of looks like. So there are some things that he's currently doing that I will be taking over, because it's a current ministry, we want to keep going, and I'm suitable to be able to do that. But then there's other things I want to explore, other things that I feel God is preparing for me. So in this coming year, I'm looking at where I'm taking more of those things on, plus the vision, new things that I think God's putting in my heart, and I'm letting go of some things and handing it off to some other people. So it's just really, how do you set up a resolution or goal for that? I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can get down to it. But to me, I'm just trying to remain open and just seeing what God's going to do. And then me be prepared to react to that, or to get ahead of it, or whatever it might be, just to be his hands and feet. So that's really what I'm looking forward to. I stopped here at the church real quick because last night, and maybe I'll show a little bit of a clip of it. I helped out a friend of mine. He's a former student a couple years ago, and now he's one of my youth leaders. He's really big into visual effects, and he's going to school for that and all that. So he had his neat idea for a project, so I helped him film it. So that's why it looked like the mess, and as you see. So I'm just trying to do a little bit I can here so that I can come back again tomorrow and finish up some more. To get the youth room ready for Sunday morning. So get back into the new year of youth and church, and just see what God has in store. But that's kind of what I wanted to do. Nothing scripted, nothing really humongous in this video. I just, to me, looking at resolutions in this coming new year, like I said, I don't really go with a whole lot of here's a new goal or a resolution that I'm trying to achieve. I just constantly see what God has in store for me, and I just anticipate him to do great things this coming year, and I want to be prepared for that. I want to be ready for that, whatever that may be. So that's really an every year resolution for me is, okay, I need to be ready for what this next coming year has in store. And just to be ready to act when God calls me to act. And I think that's really important. You know, that's what the Bible tells us to do. That's what God tells us to do. That's what Jesus shows us to do when he walked on this earth. He showed us that in his life. So yeah, that's all I got. So enjoy your new year. I hope things go well for you. And you do the same thing. You can have your goals, set resolutions if you made them or have them already, but keep them. That's the hardest thing, is keeping them. And then, but I would take away from this to see what God has in store for you this coming year and be ready for it, whatever it may be. It may be something that you're not expecting. It may be something that you don't want, but God knows that he needs you to fulfill this role or needs you to take this opportunity, whatever it may be. Just be open and ready for it. I think that would be a good challenging thing for this coming year. So I am going to finish up here and then head out. Have a great New Year's Eve. Have a great new year. Enjoy time with family and friends, and we'll see you in the next video.